doing, boy? What you doing, boy? What you doing? Yo, what is good, everyone? We are currently in 2026, and we're gonna start this video off right. I know I haven't been making videos for the past few months, but we're gonna start the videos off with a banger. And today I'm going to be telling y'all a story time about the fist fight I got in when I was a freshman in high school. I believe this took place in 2015. And yeah, but before that, I'm just gonna let y'all know what I've been up to. I've been looking into I've just been manifesting this entire time. I ended up buying, as you guys know, I ended up wrecking my car and totaling it, and I had no car. I had to go 2 months without a car, but I ended up getting a car now, and I ended up manifesting, until I started reading books on acting tips and acting ideas, acting techniques, and then I ended up getting me a gaming PC, and I started using it to learn, animation. So I'm trying to, I'm coming to the realization that I just want to do it all. So I'm trying to learn acting techniques, but I'm also in my free time, I'm trying to, learn animation because, I have ideas and projects that, I've worked on. I've worked on projects for years, script writing and, what I want the characters to look like and things like that. But, I'm starting from scratch, and that's really what I've been up to, I've lost a few friends on the way, and I just don't care no more. I feel like around November and December is when things started to really look good for me, and I got everything really under control, and I haven't really had no issues, honestly. But other than that, we're gonna get straight into it. All right, this fight that I got in takes place in 2015. I was a freshman in high school, right? And in this area, in this era, I didn't have, very nice clothes. I had acne. I didn't have, the best haircuts. I was always told I was ugly. And, that was just really what it was. I was walking around looking like Arthur, bro. And, I may have been shorter than other people, and it was a normal day on the bus, right? When I got into this fist fight. And I was just, I remember I was sitting on the bus, and the dude that I got into a fight with, we're gonna call him, I gotta think of a name. We're gonna call him Flash, okay? Flash had always been disrespectful to me, and he would always try to get a reaction out of me. And Flash was a year younger than me. I was a freshman and he was an 8th grader, but he was bigger than me. And I'm gonna say I was about maybe, we grew, our heights grow, but I'm just gonna say that I was maybe 5'6" and he was probably 5'8". And he was a little, me short and skinny. He was, I'll say he was a little big, overweight. Not trying to say athletic, but I'll say he was about a little big on him, and he was taller than me. So I was sitting on the bus, and I remember they was making fun of him and the other guys was making fun of my Adidas, and he just, I don't know why, it's like he would always try to pick fights at me, or always try to provoke me, because he seen me as, oh, this guy's shorter than me, I want validation, so I'm gonna beat him up and they're gonna get it on video. That's what I was assuming, right? But the thing about him was that I wasn't scared of him. I would just always avoid physical altercations. And I guess people thought like, oh, Sean's ugly, Sean's weak. Hey, beat him up so we can get it on video. And people just wanted a show, really. People more than anything just wanted a show. These wasn't his friends. These people didn't care about him. But at the same time, he's young, So anyways, I'm on the bus. Him and his boys start, I don't know why, they start picking on me and saying hurtful things to me, right? And then I don't remember what I said, but I said something back to them. And then all of us, like, I'm talking about, this was like I would say it's probably about 5 people. Like they kids, like they middle schoolers, and I'm a freshman. And they're all trying to, gang up on me. I'm standing my ground. And then next thing you know, homeboy here, forgot his name. What is his name? I don't know. We're just gonna call him Boot. Boot starts standing over me trying to press me, right? And I'm sitting down. So I get up and me and him are looking eye to eye. And I'm dead serious. Like we're just staring at each other's soul. And people were just like people could hear my heartbeat. And like I was like, because I thought he was trying to, press me in. I ain't want to, first off, I ain't scared of him. I just don't want to fight him. So I'm over here, just staring at him. We're just looking at each other. And they're like, yo, his heart is beating. So anyways, I go through the whole day at school and I'm like, okay, when I get off from school, they're gonna, he's gonna try to fight me. I guarantee it. I already know. And so the end of school comes, right? Just a normal day. I'm like, okay. Because the truth is, I'm not even gonna lie. I hadn't been in a fight in a very long time. And, me being bullied on and mistreated, I was toxic myself. I wasn't any better. But I low-key had a build-up. Like, I wanted to fight somebody. And I was trying my best to avoid the physical altercation, but he just wanted to keep it going. So I'm like, okay. And I start hearing people whispering on the bus. And I don't remember what they were saying, but they were plotting. I heard them plotting. So anyways, I'm like, okay. I get off at my bus stop, right? I ended up getting off there's 2 bus stops, like, in the area. You can get off at either one. I ended up getting off at the earlier one, and I heard them saying, hey, he's getting up, follow him, he's following him. So he gets up and he gets off at my bus stop and he starts following me, right? So I'm walking and he starts, walking behind me. And I got, I got that side eye, but I got my hand like this. So I'm walking and it's just my hands down, I'm just walking. And all of a sudden, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, I don't want to fight you. He was like, but all that shit you talked earlier. I was like, I don't want to fight you. But he just keeps it going. So I'm like, you know what? I take my backpack off and what happens was, I'm trying to remember. I took my backpack off and then, we just started, I remember now. We just started, we just started going like this. And then I was like, he's staring at me, I'm staring at him. And then next thing you know, I don't know what it was in me, but I wasn't going for the first punch because I didn't know if, I didn't know what he was on. So, I'm over here and I'm waiting and I don't know what it was, but he swung at me and he missed and it lit a fire in me. I was like, this dude really just tried to hit me. But the thing about it was he was telegraphing. Boot was telegraphing. So what I did was I already knew which way he was going to swing. So, I moved and I swung and I missed. And then it's like we was both like avoiding trying to get hit. And then eventually, he swings at me and he misses, and then I hit him and I connect. And I just remember that, we would like punch each other or whatever. And I remember we would punch each other with like, I'm left-handed, he's right-handed. When we would punch, our hands would go like this. We would go like this, and then our hands would just like, they would just connect. Like me and his hands probably connected more than anything when we was fighting. And I don't exactly remember why this was happening or why we were doing this. But, I remember that, I was hitting him. I was like, the issue was that he was slow, and I could like tell which way he was gonna swing, and I would just dodge, because the issue with him was I kept hitting him and he kept missing, right? Because he kept going for my face. I was going for the chest, the stomach, the face, and eventually, I hadn't had any training. My dream career was to actually be a boxer. And unfortunately, the issue was that, this guy taught him how to, like, was training him, and he ended up going for my legs, right? And he ended up like pulling me down or whatever, because, and I remember I was trying my best to break his restraint against my legs. But, now that I know better, I should have just tried to turn him over when he was trying to tackle me or whatever. But he ended up tackling me, and he ended up punching me in the face. And then I remember he was above me, and I was still swinging. And I remember I was trying to kick and everything. And eventually, he ended up getting up and I ended up getting up. And we was both just like, after, I remember I think I was wearing a Hollister shirt. My shirt was white and it was just all dirty and shit. And his lip was bleeding. And yeah, other than that, when I fought him, right, this Christian girl, I remember her name. I literally just remembered it. This Christian girl came up, and I looked over because I seen her coming when we were fighting, and it was just a whole crowd of people, watching us fight. And then all of a sudden, she starts just standing there, and I'm over here like, he's like, once he gets up and I get up and we're fighting, we're just like this for about maybe 3 minutes. And then, the Christian girl comes up and she's like, she told me something. I'm trying to remember. She was like, just because the enemy wants you to do this or that, you shouldn't. Damn, I wish I could remember what she said. But, I only fought because but anyways, she told me, you don't have to do this or you don't have to do that to prove to them. Something kind of like that. I can't remember. But man, that thought just sticks with me. But ever since then, he went his way and I went my way. And, everyone was, walking to the apartments where we live. And I remember my friend's mom was like, are y'all over there fighting? I'm gonna call the cops on y'all. And so when that happened, right, everyone just went their ways, and I ended up walking to my grandma's. My grandma lived in the same apartment complex. I ended up going over there, and I don't know what I was doing. I think I was maybe spending time with her or something. And then, like, I seen him, like, walking, when he seen me walking in the apartment complexes after our fight, I just, what did we do? I seen him walking behind me, but, it's like he was looking for me. But anyways, I was like, I had already left, went to my grandma's, didn't care. Was over my grandma's for a little while, talking with her and her husband. Rest in peace to him. And he was telling me, you don't fight unless you have to. And, I never forgot that, though. Rest in peace. And, when that happened, I was over there for a little while chilling, and then I came out of my grandma's house, and I seen him he was trying to call me over. I was like, nah, leave me alone, leave me alone. I was pissed. And then he was like, hey, I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry. I feel really bad for, what happened earlier. And I could not believe it. A guy that basically wanted me to fight him, that was trying to bully me, that he freaking apologized. I couldn't believe it. It was too good to be true. He ended up apologizing. I was like, you stay away from me. Shit like that. And then I just went my way. I ain't even tell him I forgive him. I ain't dap it up or nothing. And then I just, went my way, right? The next day goes by. I go to the bus stop. Everything's normal. No one's messing with me. It's just a normal day. And then all of a sudden, I'm in school. It's a normal day at school. And then I get on the bus and I cannot believe it. I get on the bus, people are patting me. The people that was messing with me, the same people that was disrespecting me, making fun of me, that was like always bullying me, they left me alone. Because they realized that, I could defend myself. I wasn't no weak looking nerd or something, what people, I don't know what to call that. People thought I was just an easy challenge because I guess the way that I looked, because of my skills. So I get on the bus, people are clapping for me, people are patting me on the back, and people start dapping me up. And I cannot believe this. I'm like, you mean to tell me all I had to do was fight and all these people would leave me alone? Because people seen I had hands and they decided, they didn't want that. Because, he was the guy that was in their group. He was the biggest one. And he fought me. And I guess they thought, oh, because they're scared of him, they probably became scared of me. Because they probably thought I was an easy challenge. But other than that, it is what it is. I don't know if I technically won that fight or lost that fight. Or maybe it was even, who knows? I got a lot more punches, and then, he tackled me, and then he punched me in the face, and then we was still hitting him. And I remember when he was over me, he was trying to grab my arms. I just remembered that. And that's why I was also getting him too. Then eventually he had gotten off of me, and then we got up, and we was just, doing this. And people was like, swing. But that was really the fight. I ain't been in a fight ever since then. But man, I still... well, that was my last fight, for sure. I fought my brother a few times, but... different times, things were different. I know for a fact y'all ain't putting up with that. You probably looked at me and think I can't fight. You probably looked at me and thought I can't fight at all. I probably look weak to you. It's okay to think that. I ain't got nothing to prove. But it's cool, I don't care about people's opinions, things like that or whatever, but that was the last fight I got in. I haven't been in a fist fight in a very long time. I feel like I got an inner pit bull in me or something. You know what I mean? But on a serious note, that was my fight though. I hope you guys are having a great year. Things are looking really good right now. And yeah, that's what I've been up to. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And, keep things positive, okay? Look, bad times don't last forever. Things happen for a reason. And yeah, that's really it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And, that's what I had going on. But yeah, first video of the year was another story time about a fight that I got in freshman year. And yeah, I haven't, been in a physical altercation in a very long time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.